we go. Recording. Alright, so today we will be discussing medics and maybe LATs as well. I'm just going to check the time. It is 40, so I'm going to do this 20 minutes. Quick and easy. Let's more gameplay, right? So yeah, a medic is super duper important just for the fact that he can revive people using the medic bag. And the fact that that's super helpful because every time you press the give up button, every time, like if I shoot Dez, and then if he presses, don't do it, but if he presses the give up button, that is one ticket for our team. Not until he does that is it one ticket, right? If we get him up, all right, and then, yeah, there we go. So now there is a period of 2 minutes within which if he gets shot again, he will just straight up die. Right? That is one ticket right there. He's now dead instantly because he died within 2 minutes of being revived. So that's the first lesson as a medic. When you revive someone, make sure the area is clear. Because if you revive someone who's downed and then they get killed again, that's an instant ticket loss. A lot of people will shoot someone and then wait for them. If the medic shows up, sometimes, like the cold guys, he will wait for the medic, then shoot the medic. The really cold ones will wait until the medic revives the dude, then kill the medic and the dude. Right? Because that suddenly now it's 2 instant tickets instead of like you're almost guaranteed the one, but it's a better guarantee, right? So yeah, like make sure. By the way, Dez, you can just respawn and come right back here.
I'm next to you.
You're next to me?
Right in front of you.
All right. Oh, there you are. Yeah, good on you. Good on you. So, yeah, basically make sure the area is secure, not only for your life, but also for the life of this bastard. Like, I would rather not be revived, because when you're revived and then killed again, your respawn timer resets. So you're also costing extra time. Like this guy is not boots on the ground for another 30 seconds now because he waited 30 seconds and then you came over, revived him, and then he got killed again. So yeah, there's a lot of fucking complications because of that. And also because of your life. Now I was going through different ideas as to how to sort of explain to you or remind you or put the idea in your head how important a medic is. And I think the best way is to imagine that your life, you're like a little vehicle, right? So you're not a technical. You're even more valuable than a technical. A technical, I believe, is 60. Well, depending slightly on the technical, is usually around 6 tickets. I would say a medic is even 10 tickets, right? So if you see someone dead on the street and you have no clue where he got shot from, it could be the hills up here, some sniper up in the hills, or behind us, or like an ID, or you have no idea, right? Don't revive him unless you know, right? So we're gonna do a little situation here. Pin, if you could move over here. And Dez, you are our medic for today. So Pin, go even, like, yeah, that's fine. There you go. So Dez, I want you to revive Pin. Go. So we're just paying attention to this right now. We're watching the revive technique. And it's flawless. That's pretty good. Alright, so what did he do wrong? Like name one of the things. He did multiple things wrong.
He didn't ask what killed me.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't ask what killed Pin, which is what you do before you even approach Pin. You sit behind the wall, right? Pin, what killed you? And I'm double casting now. That was stupid, but yeah, you say in local. You ask like, Pin, what killed you? What killed you? And if he cannot confirm that, oh, it's this guy that I traded with, if he says I have no idea, or like if you do not know for sure that area is clear, you don't revive him because you're 10 tickets, and you don't risk 10 tickets to save 1 ticket unless you're sure it's gonna go all right. You know, that's dumb. That's a bad bet. No one would do that.
What should we do if he don't respond? If
he doesn't respond, if you have no idea, you cannot confirm if it's safe or not. Well, in this situation, I don't know. Like right now, if it was exactly like this, without all the extra people. If it was just me and Pin is dead in the middle of the road, Pin is not responding. Well, then, just looking around, or just because it's very, very quiet, there's no rockets, no explosions, I don't hear footsteps, I don't see extra people, so I can make the assessment that it's probably a sniper because he's on the low ground and he's surrounded by high ground. So if it's probably a sniper, then I can probably throw a smoke grenade and probably be very safe, right? So I would, in this case, I would smoke here. So what you do, you don't smoke on the body. You smoke between the body and where the shooter is. That's a good rule of thumb anyway. And then I'd smoke here because the sniper could also be on the hills to our north. So hills south, hills north, smoked up. And then as soon as that spreads out, I can probably just make it over to his body, revive him, and then push out. Now, the reason you smoke the areas like basically between the body and the shooter is very, very simple, right? So if I smoke and I miss ever so slightly, right here, he's only partially covered. The sniper could see you intermittently. Like, he might not see you all the time, but he sees you enough to get a shot on you, right? And it's less safe, whereas if you're way behind the smoke here, there's just no way. If you're in the smoke, he might see a leg, and from seeing the leg, he could, like, extrapolate where the head is, shit like that. It's just safer.
Well, what you're trying to do is you're trying to put concealment between the guy you're trying to get up and whoever's shooting at you or him.
Yeah, exactly.
It's concealment, it's not cover, it's not going to stop the bullets, but it's going to prevent the enemy from seeing you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it also doesn't
it also
stop them from the enemy rushing you. Like, a lot of the time you can push the smoke and kill the medic reviving.
Yeah, a secondary point as well is a lot of people will shoot a grenade launcher at a smoke grenade just because it's there. So having the smoke grenade between you and cover at least gives you a moderate chance. Like a GL hitting here is a lot different to a GL hitting on G-Force, right? If I'm trying to revive G-Force. So just keep in mind that you're trying to block someone's view and not necessarily provide a dank-ass environment for G-Force. So just smoke between contact and I guess revive target or cover area. I don't know what you want to call it.
If I can say something.
Go for it.
Like, one of the first things you should do as a medic when someone gets down is just take a little moment and observe what's going on around you. Are you being shot at right now? Did you hear shooting just a few seconds ago? And stuff like that. Like, observe what's going on around you before you rush to the guy and heal him, because you're not only risking yourself, but you're risking your squad, because you're the ticket to your squad to get back up again if they get taken down.
Absolutely.
Yeah, can I have an idea?
Go for it.
Okay. When I play as a medic, boys, I always get down with the enemy to prone to get him up. Do not like stand on top of him. Try to prone and use the walls as cover. Because you have like a couple of meters from you to the healing point.
And use your...
Actually, once I revived the man behind the wall. I was behind the wall and he was in front, and I just typed the revive button. And
You can do that. You can revive people through the wall as well.
Here, I'm just going to quickly say that we as a clan do not do that. Generally, on a server, or any server, that is considered an exploit and is bannable. So never, actually I should have made that a point of the training. Like, even if, like Dez, just stand right there, right? So Dez is right there. If there is this hole, then that's fine. Like, healing across this hole, no problem. But if you come over here and you go prone, no, other side of the wall. I'm trying to explain healing through walls. How am I going to do that with you? Right, so, yeah, there you go. Right, if he's there, and I'm trying to, like, I can bandage him through this wall, no problem, right? We're not gonna make too big of a point about that, just because we're actually showing off an exploit in the game. But the point is, that is considered illegal, extremely bad form, and bannable on 90% or more of the servers. Like, I can't talk for every server, but every server I've fucking been on, that is bannable, right? And they will ban you. Generally, they give you a warning if they think you're new, but if I was caught doing that, and people know that I know the goddamn rules, so that's just a straight up ban. comparable to hacking, right? Comparable to using aimbots, because it is generally you're using the game mechanics to cheat at the game, which is not kosher. There are a few other things as well, other ways you could do that, and I've discussed them with you specifically in text format in our Discord to advise you not to do them, just vaguely at least, like trying to glitch deployables in terrain, shit like that. You know, trying to glitch an FOB inside a vehicle or inside, whatever, right? It's obvious exploits, basically. We're not trying to break the game engine to figure out cool ways of making things impossible to do for the enemy, you know? We're trying to play the game and play it fair. So healing through walls, never.
Okay.
All right?
Can I have one more question?
Yep, yeah, go for it.
Okay, because when I see a lot of medics are doing, they are taking out their bandages and running up to people instead of going up with a gun, look around you, and then you can start healing. If you like coming in close combat and don't use the smoke grenade. What do you think about that?
That is absolutely... Okay, so I'm going to show you... So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kill G-Force right here. And sorry, G-Force, I know that's your third time dying or something.
No problem.
All right, so now I'm going to pretend all you don't exist. I'm going to get G-Force up, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here, and then I'm going to start talking in local. I'm not actually going to do it right now because, I'd be sending twice because I'm on Discord as well. But let's just pretend I'm on local. Okay, so hey, G-Force, do you know where you got shot from? Was he close?
I have no idea.
You have no idea. Was he close?
By the
Did
sound?
you hear the gunshot? Well, what happened? Like, yeah.
Yes.
You heard the gunshot. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a good indicator. Okay, and he was close, right? Was he 2 meters or 50?
20 meters.
20 meters. Okay, so there's someone within 20 meters, right? Okay, and I'm all alone, so I'm going to peek around. I'm going to look around, okay? Let's see. If I don't see him, maybe then I throw the smoke grenade, and then I just wait, you know? And I have no clue where he is, and I'm just throwing a random smoke, right? And then I wait, you know, I'll check out. Maybe I'll hear the enemy moving. Maybe I'll stay crouched and listen for footsteps, shit like that. Basically, I will not get G-Force up until I can be reasonably sure that this person is no longer here, either by waiting long enough that I think he would have become bored with waiting. He would have become bored with waiting, so I don't believe an average player would bother waiting this long. Or until I kill him. Or until someone else kills him, right? And then I move up to G-Force. I'm in cover now, so I go, okay. And then I talk to G-Force. I'm saying, okay, well, when you get up, I need cover on the south side. South side, so once you get up, I need you... Oh, bandage didn't take. Once you get up, I need you looking south. Okay, look south. Don't reload, which is the natural instinct of anyone who's just been killed. They start reloading. You'll notice it every single time, right? He's looking south now. He's covering my south. And also notice how I am not really prone, but I'm actually moving around because I'm quite open. I'm quite exposed. So I would, at this point, rather just be moving around slightly, making it more difficult for the sniper's first shot because he really wants, like, if he can get the headshot, that's fine. If he hits me in the body, that gives me a much better chance to survive. So at this, like, with this little cover, I would be moving around. If we were in better cover, maybe I'd go prone. If we were in a field, so let's say we're here, right? Come over here. So, and everyone get up on the wall, right? So this is another shitty thing, right? So I'm now holding the medic bag. I'm looking straight ahead. You see my head? It's quite high. I'm going to switch to the gun, and you'll notice my head suddenly much lower. I'm going to switch back to the medic bag, head high, and then head low, right? This also happens with the bandage, and this is a very, very important lesson I'm going to teach you. All right, if I'm a rifleman, I'm going to bandage myself. So I'm now low, I'm now prone, and I'm looking straight ahead. My head is super high. So what I do is I look down into the ground and I bandage as a standard rifleman. And you notice how my head's now suddenly in the ground. If you just look straight down into the ground, your head will sort of, it won't protrude as much, and you will be harder to shoot, especially in a field like this, right? You can't really see someone's head as easily. The same goes for the medic. If I was to revive someone in a field and I knew enemies were around and they could shoot me, I prone over to him, and then I look down and I revive him. I don't just look straight ahead at him. So just keep in mind where you're looking with the medic bag actually affects your head position, which is a handy trick, I guess. And yeah.
Question.
Yeah.
I think V10 actually fixes that to the point where you take out your bandage and you start bandaging. It no longer puts your head up the way it does now. But I'm not sure.
We will see, and it will be very, very easy to tell because you're going to be able to see people bandaging that you've shot in fields and shit, and then you just pop them in the head if their head still pokes up. Also, another handy trick occasionally, if you are dead, or like let's say okay, so we are a full squad. We've been going through this field, and there's suddenly someone comes over and they just completely rape the shit out of us, right? So we're dead. We're all dead except for you. You're alive, and everyone's dead. Explosions, gunfire, literally everything, and the enemy's now pushing your position, right? But you've gone prone. You've been smart. What you do is you lie still. You look into the ground, and then you remain there until they have passed, because you will look like a dead body to most people. All right? So not everyone, but this will look like a dead body to a lot of people, especially when you're in a field, right? So just lie completely still. Don't do anything. You'll hear their footsteps. They'll pass you, and then you get your gun out, you get up, and then you either run away or do whatever the squad leader wants you to do, right? So just, keep that in mind. Look down into the ground if you want to look dead.
Especially if you're a medic. When you're a medic, you're not really a frontline soldier. You're the guy who's supposed to keep the squad alive.
Yeah, that too. So if the medic is the last guy alive in that situation, playing dead is perfect, right? They will just run past you. You revive your whole squad, and then your squad continues on to objective, having passed the enemy. So
that's a dirty trick.
It is not dirty. It is absolutely playing fair. Do you think people don't play dead in war?
Dirty as in like you're just like sitting there alive and they don't even know.
Yeah.
Dirty as that's pretty good.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Gek, did you tell them about the timer? When you get shot, you have so much time, and you can look at a thing around how long you have to live.
What?
As in like bleeding, I think it's
bleeding.
Bleeding out. Yeah, I have done that, but I'm gonna again use G-force here. I'm gonna shoot G-force in the foot, and then we're just gonna now sit and wait for how long G-force will take to bleed out. I'm actually gonna get the clock out, the Windows clock. Let's see, because that's So there we go. It is now 20:57, and I shot him about 20 seconds ago, so it's about 20 seconds has passed. And we're just gonna continue. I'm gonna tell you that it's gonna be 2 minutes at least, and he's been shot in the foot. Well, not 2 minutes, but like a minute and a half. And he's been shot in the foot, and it obviously how long you take to bleed out depends on damage. Like I can shoot a pin in the foot with the pistol. And you'll notice, those of you who are medics, you'll see that he didn't even start bleeding from that. I'm going to do it again. Now he's bleeding. So actually, you need to take a certain amount of damage. And keep in mind that guns do different kinds of damage, as well as when you have to shoot through something. So let's go over here to the tree. That reduces the damage. I'm not even sure you can penetrate this tree. I'm going to try, though. I'm going to give it the good old waffle. Stand still. No, you can't even penetrate this, but you would definitely in real life shoot through this tiny little thing.
And the mud walls?
Yeah, no chance. 30 mil can go through mud walls. That's it.
Oh.
Yeah.
But
can take cars and bullets.
Yeah, and I guess cars and bullets exactly. Okay, so we're actually running out of time. Is there any cool tricks, Yoda, Lempo? Can you think of anything I've forgotten?
Yeah, I have one thing. When you come up to a guy that's bleeding, tell him to use his own bandage.
Oh, yeah.
Because you have 2 bandages, you have 1 medkit. So if he can come to cover, he will use his own bandage first, so you can have yours. No point using them.
Absolutely. Like, your bandage is worth 2 of his, right? So if he uses his own, because generally, a lot of the time he will die before he gets to use both his bandages. Whereas you shouldn't die before you get to use all of yours. So it's sort of like, and G-Force is about to bleed out, and it has been Let's see. It has been 2 minutes and 20 seconds. So there you go. You got a lot of time when it comes to bleeding out, so you don't have to bandage immediately. Also,
Get to cover first.
yeah. Also, I think in the first training video that I have it's pinned in the training channel. It also tells you how long you can stay up after being shot, and it explains the damage rules and shit like that. Also, it tells you about bandage baiting, which is basically if someone shoots me, just nod in the head, just shoot me. Yeah, that's good enough. Right, so now Yoda, he shot me, I'm hiding in a building. Let's just pretend there's a building here. So what I do is I start pulling out the bandage, and then I pull out my gun, and Yoda, he heard me start bandaging, so he's rushing the building. And I have my gun out, right? So I just shoot Yoda. I'm not actually going to do it, but... So, like, he thinks I'm bandaging when, in fact, I just did this to make the sound, and then I pull my gun out, which is called a bandage bait, to get the enemy to rush you because they think, oh, free kill. Which is also something you should think about. Not always when you hear someone start bandaging should you rush in, because they could be baiting you. It's the whole double bluff kind of thing.
Also, like a viable thing to, like, if you're a medic and you heal someone else with a bandage, is like when they're anti-tank and they got shot by like a sniper, for example. It takes a long time for them to put away their RPG or something. So that's probably like the only time you can actually use your own bandage to heal someone.
Occasionally, every rule we can tell you is situational. Pretty much.
I mean, you can see, if you're a medic, you can see his health, and you know he's gonna die anyways, like really soon. Might as well just heal him now instead of letting him go down.
Yeah.
And at that time, he can also pull out his gun and be security for you at the same time.
Yeah, it is situational. Sometimes you should break each and every one of these rules. Sometimes it is necessary to just ignore the sniper on the hill and try and revive your squad leader in hopes of all hopes, right? You're rushing, you're going to win the game if only the squad leader can drop this goddamn rally point. So you try and revive someone while standing, the sniper shooting at you, and you're bandaging, and then you're reviving, and you're out of smoke grenades, and you're back to spawning on main if you can't drop this rally point. So you've got to, like every rule can be broken. It's situational, yeah.
I have one more thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you saw him kill other people instead, I can show him the waffles.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can see him bleeding.
Why me?
But when he's dead like this, it's also a timer. That's your time to heal him up.
Yeah.
And if that time is like a little bit left, don't go for him. Okay? You need to see how much time he has before he's dying. Okay?
Yeah, and you'll notice that I believe it's 2 minutes for him to. But and people say, okay, well, I'll just bandage him, and then I'll bandage him, and then what will happen is now we've got infinite time, right? Now the medic can just get over because he's not going to bleed out again, and die. No, that's wrong. He's still bleeding out. Timer's still going. You still have 2 minutes to get him up, bandage or no. Which is a misconception. I believed for a very long time, at least, while playing this game, that once you were bandaged when you were down, you could then just wait for infinity, which is not the case. He now has 1 minute 30 seconds. So okay, yeah.
Something with smoke grenades, like American smoke grenades, if you throw them, the smoke goes right.
Exactly. That is also in one of the training videos. Yeah. So so there's two kinds of smoke grenades. There's the Russian and the U.S. The Russian smoke grenade, it blows smoke out from the top and the bottom. The U.S. smoke grenade only blows smoke out from, I believe, the right side. So when you're looking dead ahead and you throw it, you should throw it to the left of what you're trying to conceal. So I would throw a smoke grenade there if I'm trying to conceal the road, because the smoke grenade will land there and blow over here. Right? So that's the trick, right? So Waffles is going to demonstrate for us right now. I've demonstrated this in a previous training video, which you can watch, but it should now just start spewing out smoke to the right, as you can see it building right now. Waffles, you're blocking my damn view. There we go. So that's... It
also depends on wind.
No, there's no dynamic wind yet. It was discussed in a what are they called? These videos where they the recap. It was discussed in a recap, I believe, some dynamic wind shit. But it's so far, like, whenever you throw a U.S. smoke grenade, it will always blow to the right of the direction you were facing when you threw the grenade. So it never varies. It is always exactly the same. As far as I know, and I'm going to call the training there. We've been doing this for 25 minutes now, so we're actually 5 minutes on overtime. So yeah, we're gonna start playing now. Hope you enjoyed the lesson, guys. There will be another one tomorrow in preparation for the Level GG event.